Are you struggling to see trace logging in your ASP.NET Core application? You're not alone. Many developers face this issue, and today we're going to solve it together. I understand how frustrating it can be when you expect to see detailed logs, but all you get are errors and warnings. It can feel like you're missing out on crucial information. Let's dive into this common problem. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. A user recently asked, "What do I need to do to make my injected iLogger respect the logging settings, including trace level?" This is a great question and one that many developers have. To understand the issue, we need to look at how logging levels work in ASP.NET Core. By default, the logging level might not be set to trace, which is why you're not seeing those detailed logs. Let's break it down. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to enable trace logging and see all the details you need. To enable trace logging in the ASP.NET Core application, the user should first ensure that the logging level is set correctly in the configuration file. This is done by modifying the appsettings.development.json file. Next, the user should check the startup.cs file to ensure that the logging configuration is being applied correctly. This involves adding the console and debug logging providers. Now the user needs to run the application and check the output in the debug console. This will help verify if the trace level logs are being captured. If the trace logs are still not appearing, the user should verify that the correct environment is being used. The application should be running in the development environment to apply the settings from appsettings.development.json. Finally, if the user has made all these changes and still does not see the trace logs, they should consider checking for any other logging configurations that might override these settings. Fun fact, did you know that logging is like a time machine for developers? It helps you look back and understand what happened in your application. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach, shared by another user, involves adjusting the logging level directly in your service configuration. They suggest adding a line of code to set the minimum logging level to trace. They discovered that the issue was due to the appsettings.development.json file, which was set to information. After changing it to trace, they were able to see the trace logs. Here's a pro tip. Always ensure your logging levels are set correctly in your configuration files. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You should now be able to see trace logs in your ASP.NET Core application. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.